Hey everyone, Pat Flynn here. Today we're diving into something incredibly powerful for your business. It's something many entrepreneurs overlook, yet it's all around us. I'm talking about public data. Think about traditional market research for a moment. It can be super expensive, right? It often takes a long time to complete. Plus, sometimes the data is already old by the time you get it. Public data, on the other hand, is often free. It's available right now in real time. This makes it a game changer for finding business opportunities. It's like having a secret window into what your future customers are thinking. So what makes public data so special for business intelligence? It's because this data comes directly from people. These are real thoughts, raw opinions, and genuine frustrations shared openly. People go online to forums, social media, and search engines. They talk about what they love, what they hate, and what they wish existed. This isn't filtered through surveys designed by marketers, it's the authentic voice of potential customers. Imagine tapping into these honest conversations. You can uncover needs and desires that people might not even express in a formal survey setting. This raw intelligence is pure gold. One of the best things about public data is its accessibility. You don't need a massive budget to get started. Platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and Google Trends are largely free to use. This levels the playing field for everyone from solo entrepreneurs to small businesses. You can gain insights that were once only available to big corporations with huge research departments. This democratization of business intelligence means you can compete effectively. You just need to know where to look and how to interpret what you find. It's about working smarter, not just harder with your resources. Throughout this essay, we're going to explore exactly how to do that. We'll look at specific platforms and actionable steps. I'll show you how to use these readily available tools. The goal is to find those untapped niche markets and validate your business ideas. We want to turn these public conversations into real, actionable insights. These insights can lead to profitable businesses. So, get ready to learn how to harness the superpower of public data. Let's unlock some business gold together, shall we? It's going to be an exciting journey. Alright, let's talk about Reddit. If you're not familiar, Reddit is a massive collection of forums. These forums are called subreddits, and they cover almost every topic imaginable. Think of them as super-focused communities. People gather in these subreddits to discuss their passions, hobbies, problems, and interests. This is where you start digging for gold. Your first step is to find subreddits relevant to areas you're interested in. Or you can search for subreddits related to problems you think people might have. Just use the search bar on Reddit with some keywords. You'll be amazed at what you find. Once you're inside a relevant subreddit, your job is to become an observer. You need to listen carefully to what people are saying. What kind of questions are they asking over and over again? What are their biggest complaints or frustrations within that topic? Look for phrases like, "I wish there was a tool for," or "Does anyone know how to solve X problem?" People often share their DIY solutions, and sometimes they highlight how difficult or clunky those solutions are. These are all clues. They are direct indicators of unmet needs and pain points. These pain points are potential business opportunities. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you're interested in the coffee niche. You could search for subreddits like R Coffee, R Espresso, or even R Home Roasting. Spend some time reading the posts and comments. You might find people consistently asking about the best way to store coffee beans to maintain freshness. Or perhaps many users are struggling to get the perfect microfoam for their lattes at home. Maybe they are looking for specific accessories that are hard to find. These recurring discussions highlight areas where a product or service could provide real value. The beauty of Reddit is that you can also validate these ideas right there on the platform. Pay attention to the engagement on posts discussing these problems. How many upvotes do they get? Are there lots of comments from other users echoing the same sentiment? If a post complaining about a specific issue gets hundreds of upvotes and dozens of comments saying "me too," that's a strong signal. It tells you that this isn't just one person's problem, it's a shared pain point within that community. This initial validation is crucial before you invest more time and effort. Okay, so you found some interesting pain points and potential niches on Reddit. That's awesome. But before you go all in, we need more validation. Reddit gives us qualitative insights, the what and why behind a problem. Now we need some quantitative data to see if enough people are actually searching for solutions. This is where Google Trends comes in. Google Trends is a fantastic free tool from Google. It shows you how often specific keywords or phrases are searched for over time. It helps you gauge the overall interest in a topic. Using Google Trends is pretty straightforward. You take those keywords related to the problems or solutions you discovered on Reddit. Then, you plug them into Google Trends. What you're looking for is a stable or even better, a rising trend line. This indicates that interest in this topic is consistent or growing. If you see a sharply declining trend, it might mean that interest is fading. This could be a red flag for a new business idea. You want to build something that people are actively looking for. Google Trends helps you see that search behavior clearly. One powerful feature of Google Trends is the ability to compare different search terms. Let's say you found discussions on Reddit about both sustainable pet food and organic dog treats. You can put both terms into Google Trends and see which one has higher search volume. You can also see which one is growing faster. This comparison can help you refine your niche further. Additionally, Google Trends will show you related queries. These are other terms people are searching for that are connected to your initial keyword. This can spark even more ideas or help you understand the context better. Let's walk through a quick example. Suppose you noticed on a parenting subreddit that many parents are struggling with picky eaters. You'd then go to Google Trends and type in picky eater solutions or how to get kids to eat vegetables. You'd look at the trend over the past year or even the past 5 years. Is the search volume significant? Is it increasing around certain times of the year? You might also compare it to healthy kids recipes. This data, combined with your Reddit insights, gives you a much stronger foundation for your business idea. It shows there's real demand out there. Now let's switch gears and talk about Twitter. If Google Trends shows you historical and current search interests, Twitter is like a real-time news ticker for the internet. It's where conversations happen fast. This makes it incredibly valuable for spotting emerging trends, sometimes even before they show up significantly on Google Trends. People tweet about what they're excited about, what new products they're trying, and what's currently capturing their attention. This immediacy is Twitter's unique strength for business intelligence. You can catch a wave just as it's forming. So, how do you use Twitter to spot these fledgling trends? Start by following key influencers, thought leaders, and active users in industries or niches you're interested in. See what they're talking about. Pay close attention to hashtags. Hashtags categorize conversations and can quickly show you what's buzzing. Twitter also has its own trending section, which highlights topics gaining rapid popularity. Look for sudden spikes in conversations around a particular product, a new problem people are facing, or a specific keyword. These spikes can be early indicators of something new and noteworthy. A great technique is to use Twitter's advanced search features or create Twitter lists. Lists allow you to group specific accounts together, creating a curated feed focused on your niche. This helps cut through the noise. You can search for phrases like "just bought, I wish there was any recommendations for," or "my biggest problem with" combined with your niche keywords. For example, if you're in the productivity space, you might search for "new productivity app" or "struggling with focus." These kinds of searches can unearth fresh insights and unmet needs directly from users. Imagine you're monitoring conversations about remote work. Suddenly you see a flurry of tweets from people talking about a new type of ergonomic mouse they've discovered. Or perhaps there's a growing discussion about the challenges of virtual team collaboration. This kind of real-time buzz on Twitter can be an early signal. It might indicate a growing market for that new mouse, or a need for better virtual collaboration tools or training. By keeping your finger on the pulse of Twitter, you can often spot these opportunities before they become mainstream, giving you a valuable head start. Section 5. Turning insights into income, monetizing your public data discoveries. Alright, this is the exciting part. You've used Reddit, Google Trends, and Twitter. You've found a promising niche and validated that there's real interest. Now, how do you actually make money from these insights? There are many ways to monetize your discoveries. Some popular methods include creating and selling digital products. You could also build an affiliate marketing website. Another great option is to start a niche-specific newsletter. Or you could even develop a physical product or a service based on the needs you've identified. The key is to match the solution to the problem. Let's dive a bit deeper into digital products first. If you've identified a common problem or a strong desire for knowledge in a specific area, a digital product can be a fantastic solution. Think about creating an ebook, an online course, a set of templates, or a helpful software tool. For example, if you found that many people on Reddit are struggling with learning a particular software, you could create a comprehensive video course teaching them how to master it. Digital products have low overhead costs once created. They are also highly scalable, meaning you can sell them to many customers without much additional effort per sale. Affiliate marketing is another excellent way to monetize your insights. This works especially well if you notice people frequently asking for recommendations for specific products or services. You can create content like blog posts, videos, or social media updates that reviews and recommends these products. Then you include special affiliate links. When someone clicks your link and makes a purchase, you earn a commission. For instance, if your research shows a demand for best budget microphones for podcasting, you could create a review site or a YouTube channel dedicated to that topic, linking to microphones on Amazon or other retailers. Finally, consider building a niche website or starting a newsletter. If you've uncovered a passionate community around a specific topic, you can become the go-to resource for them. A niche website can provide valuable articles, guides, and resources. You can monetize it through advertising, sponsorships, or by selling your own digital products. A newsletter allows you to build a direct relationship with your audience, delivering curated content or exclusive insights right to their inbox. You could then offer a premium version of the newsletter for a subscription fee. For example, a newsletter focused on latest AI tools for small businesses could be very valuable. Section 6. Automating your treasure hunt. Tools and techniques for efficient research. Doing all this research manually is a great way to start. It really helps you understand the nuances of a community or a trend. However, it can also become very time-consuming, especially as you scale your efforts. The good news is there are tools and techniques you can use to automate parts of your research. This can make you much more efficient at spotting trends and opportunities. These tools won't replace your critical thinking, but they can certainly help you filter the noise and bring important information to your attention much faster. There are several types of tools that can be incredibly helpful. Google Alerts is a simple yet powerful one. You can set up alerts for specific keywords or phrases. Then, Google will email you whenever new content matching those terms appears online. For social media, many social media management platforms like Hootsuite, Buffer, or Sprout Social offer social listening features. These allow you to track mentions of keywords, hashtags, or even your competitors across various platforms. Even free RSS readers can be configured to follow specific subreddits or blogs that are relevant to your research, consolidating new posts in one place. Beyond specific tools, there are also techniques you can implement. On Twitter, for example, you can save your advanced searches. This means you don't have to re-enter complex search queries every time. You can also use services like IFTTT, If This Then That, or Zapier. These platforms allow you to create simple automations. For instance, you could set up an automation to send you a notification or add a row to a spreadsheet whenever a new Reddit post in a specific subreddit contains certain keywords. Creating a personal dashboard with key metrics or feeds can also streamline your monitoring process. It's important to remember that these tools and automations are there to assist you, not to do all the thinking for you. They are excellent at gathering and filtering data. However, the interpretation of that data, the identification of true opportunities, and the decision-making still require your human insight and judgment. The goal of using these tools is to become more efficient. They help you spend less time on the manual labor of searching and more time on analyzing and acting upon the valuable insights you uncover. This way, you can stay ahead without getting overwhelmed. Section 7. Test, learn, repeat simple iterations for refining your business idea. So, you've used public data to find a niche. You've validated it with tools like Google Trends. You even have some ideas for monetization. That's fantastic progress. But here's a crucial piece of advice. Your first idea, or your first version of a product, might not be perfect, and that's completely okay. The key is to embrace a mindset of testing, learning, and repeating. You want to make small, quick iterations to refine your idea based on real-world feedback. Avoid the trap of investing a huge amount of time and money into something before you've truly tested its viability. How can you test your ideas simply and cheaply? One effective method is to create a basic landing page for your potential product or service. Describe what it is and what problem it solves. Then, include a call to action, like an email sign-up form for people who are interested in learning more or getting notified when it launches. You can drive a small amount of targeted traffic to this page using social media posts in relevant communities, if their rules allow. or even a very small targeted ad campaign, the number of signups will give you a good indication of initial interest. Another way to test is to share a prototype or a minimum viable product (MVP) with a small group of people. An MVP is the most basic version of your product that still delivers core value. For a digital product like an ebook, your MVP could be just the detailed outline or the first chapter. For a software idea, it might be a very simple version with only 1 or 2 key features. Share this with people from the niche you identified. You can even use public data platforms again for this. Post about your prototype on a relevant subreddit, or share it with a few engaged Twitter followers and ask for their honest feedback. Let's use an example. Say your research suggests a market for a course on sustainable urban gardening for apartment dwellers. Before creating a massive 20-module course, you could create a detailed outline and a free introductory video. Share this with online gardening communities. Ask them, does this cover what you'd want to learn? Is anything missing? Is the price point you're considering fair? The feedback you receive is invaluable. It will help you refine your course content, your marketing message, and even your pricing strategy before you invest heavily in full development. This iterative process significantly increases your chances of success. Section 8. The early bird gets the worm. The crucial role of timing in trend-based businesses. We've talked a lot about finding trends, but there's another critical factor for success: timing. Trends, by their very nature, have a life cycle. They emerge, they grow, they peak, they decline, and sometimes they fade away completely. Getting in on a growing trend relatively early can offer significant advantages. When a trend is new and exciting, there's often less competition. The audience is usually more engaged and eager for solutions or products related to that trend. Being one of the first to cater to a new, rising demand can establish you as a leader in that space. Public data tools are your allies in getting the timing right. Google Trends, as we discussed, visually shows you the growth curve of search interest for a particular topic. You can see if a trend is just starting to pick up, if it's in its rapid growth phase, or if it's already plateauing or declining. Twitter and Reddit can give you even earlier signals. Discussions on these platforms often precede wider public awareness. When you see early adopters and enthusiasts buzzing about something new, that's a strong indicator that a trend might be on the horizon. This allows you to prepare and position yourself. There are definite risks to being too late to a trend. If you jump in when a market is already saturated, you'll face intense competition from established players. It will be much harder to gain visibility and attract customers. Furthermore, if the trend is already past its peak and interest is declining, your potential customer base is shrinking. The opportunity might have largely passed. Using public data diligently helps you assess this timing. It allows you to make more informed decisions about whether a trend is worth pursuing, or if you should look for the next emerging wave instead. Think about the fidget spinner craze a few years ago. Those who recognized the trend very early and quickly sourced or created products made substantial profits. However, those who jumped in late when every corner store was selling them likely found it much harder to succeed because the market was flooded and interest was already waning. On a more positive note, imagine spotting the surge in interest for home fitness equipment or sourdough bread baking in early 2020 using public data. Businesses that quickly adapted or launched offerings in these areas saw incredible growth. Timing, powered by public data insights, is truly key. Section 9. Your competitive edge: unlocking profitable opportunities with public data. So let's bring it all together. Throughout this journey, we've seen how public data is not just noise, it's a rich, accessible goldmine of business intelligence. It provides a direct line to the unfiltered thoughts, needs, and desires of your potential customers. Unlike traditional market research that can be slow and costly, public data from platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and Google Trends is often free and available in real time. This allows you to understand the market landscape with incredible clarity and speed. It's about listening to what people are already telling you. This approach of leveraging public data gives you a significant competitive edge. Many businesses, especially larger or more traditional ones, might still be relying on older, slower methods of gathering customer insights. By actively monitoring and analyzing public conversations, you can be much more agile. You can spot emerging trends before they become mainstream. You can identify unmet needs and pain points that others might be missing. This allows you to develop innovative products, services, or content that truly resonates with your target audience because it's based on their actual, expressed desires. The best part is that the tools and techniques we've discussed are accessible to everyone. You don't need a PhD in data science or a massive budget to get started. You just need curiosity, a willingness to listen, and a plan to explore these platforms systematically. Start by diving into relevant subreddits. Cross-reference your findings with Google Trends. Monitor real-time conversations on Twitter. Don't be afraid to experiment and iterate. The insights are out there, waiting to be discovered. The key is to take that first step and begin your exploration. Ultimately, using public data empowers you to find genuinely profitable business opportunities. Your audience is constantly talking. They're sharing their problems, their wishes, and their passions. Public data is the map that leads you to these conversations. By learning to read this map, you can uncover untapped niches, validate your ideas with real-world evidence, and create businesses that serve a genuine need. So, go out there, start listening, and unlock the incredible potential that public data holds. The gold is waiting for you to find it. Build something amazing.